FORA.tv. The world is thinking.
I didn't have a set time that I was going to be undercover at church, and I didn't even really know what I was looking for or what sort of quotas I needed to fulfill in staying. I left right after I got back from the trip to Alaska because what happened while I was in Alaska was that I really started to reckon with the seriousness of the deceit, the fact that, there were people who were investing in me as a friend and who trusted me as a friend, who I was lying to about not only who I was, but what I was doing, that I was, recording everything that was happening in their lives and in my life, and pushing it through the filter of my, particular way of looking at the world. And so when I came back, I felt like I felt toxic. I felt like I physically couldn't lie anymore. I was so upset about not only what I was doing, but the fact that, the revelation that it was morally problematic happened so late in the process. So I stopped then. And because I had a confidentiality clause in my publishing contract, I couldn't tell them about the book. So I sent emails saying, I'm having personal problems and I can't come back to church. And they were respectful, but they certainly tried to, reach out to me for a long time. And I came back to tell them about the book last May. So May 2009. Yeah, that's last year. I went back to Lynchburg to tell them about the book. At that point, I didn't have the galley copy of the book, so I just went down empty-handed to tell them the truth. So they've known about it since then. Yeah.
How did they react to it?
Well, their initial reaction was, pure shock, and, tinged with some anger. I think that the, revelation that not only had my personal problems not been a result of something having happened to me, but that I, had done something to them. And not only was I not a Christian, but I was an atheist, which, from their perspective is the worst thing you could be. And then not only that, but that I had written this book, that I was sort of taking the private world of their church and turning it out to the public, presented through the filter of my atheist perspective. I think that was a very violent revelation for them. So their initial reaction was that they were upset, that they were concerned that I'd set out to embarrass people, that I'd set out to write an expose. I talked to Ray, was the first person I talked to, and he said, a few minutes into the conversation, he said, I'm running my mind back over everything I said, trying to remember if I said anything embarrassing. So that was the first reaction was, what's in the book? Are we going to be embarrassed? Why did you do this? And over the course of conversation, I just tried to be as honest as I could be about what was in the book, who I was, why I did it, what the sort of purpose of the book is. Over the course of conversation with everybody, the end result has been that they've been very accepting, that they have offered me forgiveness that I didn't ask for.